So I think Evan Mobley is still the Rookie of the Year right now, but Cade is on quite a run. In his last 10 games, he's averaging 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. I will get back to Mobley in a minute, because he has still been awesome, but let's just talk about Cade for a bit. For the season, Cade is averaging about 4.5 shots per game in the restricted area. However, in his last 10, that number is actually up to 7 a game. It just seems like he's figuring out the NBA, man. We all knew he was super crafty, even if he wasn't an explosive athlete. I feel like he's done a better job of getting the defender on his back, as well as using his size to bump defenders off their spot. This play here shows a lot of it. So he's attacking Trae Young off of a Corey Joseph screen. Trae Young is going to come out. Cade switches hands. So now Trae is on his side. Corey Joseph is basically hugging DeLon Wright. That's fine. Shout out to Corey. Then Cade attacks the opening, and he finishes through contact. In fact, he is approaching 60% shooting at the basket within his last 10 or 15 games. And of course, there is Cade's playmaking, which is continuing to look good. As far as projecting Cade's future, I don't think we should be that concerned about his slow start to this season. But as far as the Rookie of the Year is concerned, I mean, we have to care about the beginning and the end. So yeah, what is Mobley averaging in his last 10 games? About 15 points on 52% shooting. It's not a whole lot of people, but I have seen a few very strong Cade supporters try to devalue Mobley's offense. Do you want to know how many players in the league average Mobley's point total and shoot over 50% from the field? 17, and he's one of them. Just because he's not a ball handler does not mean that his offense isn't really good. And even then, he has shown signs of doing stuff off the dribble. For example, this here, where he takes Isaiah Jackson off the dribble, in this game where he scored over 20 points. There were some Twitter posts I saw trying to make the case for Cade over Mobley that were just like really disrespectful to Mobley's offense. And there's still the amazing defense. Mobley is my pick right now, and I doubt he's gonna fall off. Anyway, let's talk about some more rookies. Jalen Green is shooting 65% from mid-range in his last 10 games. Given his potential to get downhill, which we'll talk about in a second here, a pull-up is cool. 70% at the rim for Jalen Green over this run. Hey, he's got the speed to get by guys, and he's got the verticality. Also, there are perhaps some early signs that Jalen Green's passing could be developing lately. Scotty Barnes remains, I would say, a little reluctant to attempt threes. Meanwhile, he's doing a bunch of stuff around the rim, whether that's finding good position under the basket, sealing his defender off early in a possession and then busting out some post moves, or attacking the offensive glass. He's making it work. He may be at 3 assists per game, but I think it's safe to say he's going to average a bit more than that throughout his career. I would say that Franz Wagner has cooled off a little bit from that run he had about midway through the season where it was like, wait a minute, can this guy actually compete for the award? You know, he's like 3rd or 4th in touches per game on Orlando. He's also around there in terms of shot attempts, which I think is fine. You don't want to put too much on the guy's plate. The one thing with Franz that still trips me up is that he just doesn't shoot mid-range jumpers at all. And I think that'll be the big question, because if he develops that pull-up game, then I think it could take his potential as a scorer to a different level. But you still feel good about him. I think he's got the tools to be just a good all-around offensive player. Unfortunately, we have not seen Josh Giddey in about a month, and it seemed like he was really starting to take off. I just want to appreciate this 2-man game with him and Poku. I haven't overreacted to a Giddey assist in a minute. And so here's a skip pass to SGA that he finishes with a drive. SGA and Giddey is a pretty good start to a rebuild. Hopefully OKC looks to acquire some vets at some point. Also, here is your super Josh Giddey play as SGA misses that. Offensive rebound into the kind of goofy looking pass. Ayo Dosunmu has played well over 30 minutes a game in basically every game for like a month and a half now. Some of that is due to them having injuries. Caruso just came back, that's nice. But even so, it is rare to see a team that's trying to win trust a rookie this much. But he's just so composed. He did play 3 years in college, and I think it shows with how he's just able to make the right plays so often. The Pelicans have not won a game since I did that positive video about the CJ trade. Anyway, here's a Herb Jones steal. Kuminga's been providing some extra juice to the Warriors offense recently. We of course love their off-ball screens, we love the handoff actions, Steph flying around off-ball, all of it's great, but sometimes you just need somebody who can dunk the damn thing. Whether it's as a ball handler or as a recipient in the dunker spot.